being a one trick and making VCT
Yeah.
is good for the game, bad for the game.
Wait
What
till
do you think?
agent bans come out, buddy.
I think it's good. I think it shows that if you just dedicate like your time in a game with the character,
Anything can happen.
Yeah, you can make it.
You ever have a Minecraft girlfriend when you were younger?
Yeah, of course.
Of
Come on,
course.
come on, bro.
What the?
Listen. Which camera am I looking at?
Good. Looking like a Chad.
Thank you. Thank you. It's looking fire.
You guys want any gift shopping ideas for the holiday season?
Speaking of which, Cloud9 has a Black Friday sale. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Cloud9's bonus round podcast. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit different because you guys are used to seeing me on a different podcast, but now we're on a new podcast, and I am joined by some special guests here. You guys can introduce yourselves.
Penny, the new guy.
Penny, the new guy.
And Vic, the old guy,
Vic, the old guy. How old are you?
20,
20?
turned 21 December.
My teammates are always getting younger, bro. Just always younger, and I'm only getting older. But yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about the off-season, the tournaments, giving you guys a little bit of a recap and update. And then we'll talk about some fun roster stuff that's already been announced. We can't leak anything, obviously. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. Make sure you guys subscribe down below and comment any questions for future podcasts or anything you guys would like to see us do. And yeah, we can just jump right into it. We could start with Sen Invitational. If you guys have any thoughts on the top of my head, I thought it was a good tournament for us. Personally, we didn't win any. We won maps.
Can we talk about why we didn't win?
I mean, yeah, we can just cut it out if not.
The rigged setups.
Oh, okay. Rob said that we were the only team complaining about the setups.
That's a lie.
But then
Everyone
at the
said
event, everyone was complaining
Yeah.
about the setups. And hey, I was on Sen before. I know how that tournament works, bro. You get some perks. Some perks. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, we lost.
I mean,
but
every
we
team
could
that
have
played
been
on that-
better.
Every team that played on the setup we played on lost.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Every single game.
That's true. Did anyone win a single?
No one won a single
Match?
best of 3. People won maps
Yeah, we
like
won
us.
Maps,
but
obviously, yeah.
No one won the BO3.
Yeah. I did see in the final, Envy played Cuber. It was Cuber, I think, right? They played
Yeah.
Cuber on
The finals?
The good PCs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, like the match before the
Yeah,
final. Envy was on the good setups, and then they swapped.
Yeah. For
And
the
then they
final.
swapped to the final.
Yeah.
So
I see on the last day. Yeah.
yeah. But we should have won some. We should have closed out some games there.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with that tournament overall.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That
Was-
doesn't matter about winning or losing.
Listen,
it's
it,
not fun.
it was my first time in an IGL. Penny, our first games together as a
Yeah.
team. We had what, like two scrims on
every
each map.
Yeah.
It was not a long time, so I think it was a good experience for us personally. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on the team lead? I want to do like a thing where like we talk about like how you guys see the team like progressed each tournament or each. I mean, we've only played 2, but just to give like the viewers like a sense of like how you guys are feeling.
I think that first tournament was what you said, just getting to know each other, getting like us knowing how you call matches, you learning how we play in games, and I think that was good. Just we only had 3 BO3s.
Yeah, 3
match-
BO3s,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, for me, like SyncID was good. Like it felt comfortable for me. Obviously, like it was my first tournament calling, so it was a little bit different, I guess. Because usually I just mid-rounded, but now I'm like being more present in the freeze time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall, like the way our energy is on stage, or like I say on stage in matches,
Yeah.
like overall I like it. I think everyone's pretty good about it. Like we talked a lot about like things that we want from each other and like in terms of how we want to play, how like who's like the main voices. Like Penny and Oxy to me are kind of just like the silent killers with like ideas, and then me, Vic, and Eric, you and Eric are like the main voices. So I think it's like a good dynamic to have. And then what else? I mean, we were just trying like a lot of comps as well, like double duelists we think is going to be really good for us because we have Penny and Oxy. Double initiator should be really good. I mean, I said overall, like I think with our roster we have a lot of flexible players. Like I think me and Zeppa can play anything. And then I think Penny as well.
I'm looking like Chronicle.
Yeah, he's looking good on the Viper. You're looking good on the Viper. So I think eventually you'll learn to play like Sentinel roles as well, and then we'll just have to see. We'll just have to get trial and error. Like I like personally doing stuff and then seeing if it works. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But
I mean,
if it does work,
roles are easier than
then
the
it looks
Viper
good.
probably.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I think KJ is easy because it's just you just place setup. Like you just have like set setups and you just place them.
It's pretty like
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, yeah.
But who knows when the other stuff will get played again? You know, like,
Yeah.
they all
Cypher
need
is dead,
buffs.
so you don't have to worry
Cypher
about that.
is perma. Bro, I actually can't believe they gutted Cypher. Like, I think he was the only agent, like Sentinel, like that was because like he has trips and cages, but then you like every other Sentinel has like either a wall or like there's no cool stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a skill ceiling with Cypher, you know?
Yeah.
And they gutted it, but I could see it changing before the new year starts because Riot always changes something.
But the only way
Is
to
that
change it
insider
is to
information?
like to revert the changes
Take
they
it
made.
as
You
you
know, like they have to be like we messed up and change it back.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
can't like buff it really. Yeah,
I mean,
they
my
have to say we messed up.
The scary thing with Riot is I feel like they're very confident in like they change something and they won't like
Oh, I see.
they
I
don't
see what
care.
you mean. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they like when they have something in their head and
There's
they
a
want to do
reason.
something, it's like their reason and they're willing to like let the year tank
Yeah.
to see how it goes. So that's the only
Yeah.
scary thing
Yeah, I get that.
for Riot. But Red Bull New York. I'm gonna say it. I'm starting to hate off-season events just because I feel like there's always issues. Like there's
Yeah.
always issues. There's always like internet,
I mean, we
PCs.
had a lot of issues.
Yeah,
We had
like
I mean, we can talk about the shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, all off season, all events typically don't have like the setup you're used to at playing on stage. Like even the internationals, they're not as good as like like playing at like in the Riot facility in LA or like in Berlin, etc. Like the internationals, like they're not set up as good because they're just moving all the steps into a venue that they don't own. You know,
Yeah.
so it's all a bit like scuffed. But we also had the problem with the temperature.
oh yeah,
Which was a big
Francis
problem
getting
that messed
hives.
us. Yeah, because we were sitting like with like a what was the problem? The AC.
The AC, like the people who own it was like an old theater, and the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who owned it was there. I don't know why, but they were there during like the night once like the Red Bull people left, and then they would leave in the morning. So then like they like turned on the AC, and it was just blowing like
Yeah.
right on us.
It was
and
really cold.
And like Francis not apparently he does, but like it's kind of funny that he does in a sense. He gets hives on his arm, so it's like when the cold is coming down, he
Yeah.
gets hives
Yeah.
on that like area.
We,
so
we played the first BO3 against Fnatic with. We had blankets wrapped around us. All of us had a blanket wrapped around us sitting in the prac room because it was just freezing. It was like
yeah,
it was like 40 degrees or something like
Mhm.
that. It was just
Yeah.
so bad.
our match was delayed 35 minutes.
Yeah.
35 minutes trying to change the AC. We had blankets. Francis had a coat. He had
Yeah.
2 coats.
Playing BO3, we won against Fnatic with 2 coats on and a
Yeah.
blanket.
It was a funny time, but it was also I think it was also like because the event was so fast, like the turnaround for us. I think it was good. It was good. More learning, more improving. Because I feel like that's like, I mean, that's what you play off-season events for.
Yeah.
Like you just play it for reps, and then you change stuff, and you figure out like what you wanna learn, what you don't, or what you need to change, what you don't want to change. I think the sadness for me was that we were up
Oh my
9-3.
God.
Oh wait, 8-4?
9-4.
9-4
9-4.
against G2. They 4-spot, and then they just had their way
Yeah.
with us, bro.
Just went downhill.
Yeah, that was a sad game. Our attack was unreal though. We
Yeah.
were good on attack.
I agree.
And
I think
then-
the problem coming into this event was our attack was worse than our defense.
Yeah.
But then once you got into the match, it flipped.
And then it flipped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just
Okay,
how it goes.
defense is easy. Defense
Yeah.
is an easy fix.
Yeah, yeah.
Attack was to me personally, attack was going to be like my worrisome.
Yeah.
But like attack was, I think our attack's just gradually gotten better and better
I agree with that.
every match. So defense is bro, screw Valorant, bro. Defense is too hard.
Yeah, I mean, snowball. So much stuff can go wrong.
Alts,
Yeah.
util. Yeah, going back to the snowball of like the snowballing in Valorant, I think what do you guys think of the the initiator nerf 60-second cooldown on everyone?
Yeah, they also nerfed the smokes at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Second
smokes
at the
as well,
same
yeah.
time. So yeah, I mean, it makes for the fact that you have to either play 2 or the person that has it has to be better with it, you know, because he has less of it, like less of the util.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought the game was in a pretty good place before because you could play literally anything, but now I feel like you kind of have to play around this more.
Yeah,
than
I
before.
liked the champs meta. Like when champs was happening, Paris champs, I feel like people were playing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like-
how I talked to with the G2 guys before.
Yeah.
And 'cause I was saying I like this meta because it's good for me,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like, the other meta with champs was like insane. Like you could literally play everything. Everyone was playing different comps, you know,
Yep.
like double duelist, double initiator, double smokes, whatever you wanted.
I think it's because people were like complaining to Riot about like too much util, or like even the public. Even the public
I
was
feel
like
that's
complaining.
been part of the game for 5 years now.
Yeah, it
I feel
has.
like that was the argument when Valorant came out. Too much util.
Yeah.
And
Now we're 5
Yeah.
years later, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But every
Yeah.
game's the same. They all have that same thing. For people
Yeah.
that don't play the game, they're all gonna come and be like, Overwatch is like this, League is like this. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I hate the initiator changes. I felt like if they were gonna change util, make it like, okay, nerf it, but don't make it, because like before it's like what, it was like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It's like maybe add like 5 seconds or like
Yeah.
tweak
yeah.
it just a little bit so it's like a nerf, but like another 15 seconds in a round, it's like it's kind of bad
Yeah,
for like
it's brutal.
gameplay, I feel like. But
I only like it because I can keep track of it better. 40 seconds, like I have to do too much math in the round. But when it's 60 seconds, I know like, oh, 40
yeah,
like,
it's like an instant
yeah.
at 40, you know, you subtract quickly.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
exactly.
Yeah. Red Bull homegrown. Who
Like,
won that event?
G2.
G2.
3-0.
But the initiator stuff, I mean, because they're gonna keep adding more and more stuff, so maybe it's like a good thing long term.
Like
Because
more,
they're
more
gonna have
agents.
more agents,
Yeah.
more util. You know.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think the
different
agents will
combos.
get like League? Like
I
there's
mean,
just gonna be like 100 agents.
they probably make these changes based on the ideas of the new agents they have as well coming out. you
Oh,
know?
that's true. Yeah.
So they might think that like they might be too like overpowered going forward with like the other plans they have. You know.
Yeah.
I think only 2 agents came out last year? Teo and
Teo and
Vito? There's another
Is it
one.
Vito?
Was Vise or was Vise? The,
Oh, Vice too, I
or
guess.
was
No,
Vise
Vice was
before?
before.
Maybe Vise was the first at the start of the year.
Bro, the problem is I mix my years up of like the off season. So like
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
the off season, I feel like I'm already in the next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
It might have been the year before.
I feel like it was the year before.
But the thing is, I only feel like only 2 or 3 characters come out per year and just so slow. And
Yeah.
there's other agents that just get completely out of the meta.
Do
in
they do a
sense.
character every event? Is that what it is? Champs was Vito, right?
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's like 2 to 3
Yeah.
per year.
Yeah. People are gonna watch this and think, "Wow, these guys are professional
Yeah,
Valorant
they don't
players. They
know
don't know when
anything."
they don't know when the champs come out, the agents come out."
I feel like it's so slow. Like League, isn't it like pumping out?
Yeah, League. There's like
League, there's a lot.
Exactly.
I feel like
Yeah.
League, there's a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, like right now, even there's only 6, 7 agents per class still.
yeah. I mean,
Like-
eventually they're gonna do this like
maybe
introduce bans and stuff
Exactly.
like this.
Like, for me, bro, I feel like it's like, I feel like they have the next like 10 agents already.
Yeah, they're, like
Done.
planned out, like
Yeah.
outlined.
so?
Yes,
like
maybe
it's
not
hard.
10,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not 10, but like the
1 or
next
2.
5
Yeah, yeah.
or something, like, because it's like you don't come out with a game and then have like the next thing. You're not a company like Riot Games, and you don't have the next thing planned.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah. I agree.
maybe I'm giving too much credit, but like I feel like they have the next 5 agents
Yeah, yeah.
mapped out already, ready to go. But I hope the next agent's a
I mean, they're like
controller.
They're like
Yeah.
basing some stuff off of like League too. No, like there's characters like are like similar, like
Yeah.
Neon and Zeri and stuff like this.
Yeah, all the
So it's like the lore is like kind of like connecting. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, I want like. Have you guys watched Arcane?
I watch
Mhm.
Arcane.
It's so good.
It's good.
It's so good. I want them to do one for Valorant, but then like, what if they like collide?
Yeah, they meet in the third one.
Yeah,
in the third
Arcane,
show.
I
Valorant.
feel like there's just so much lore with League.
Yeah, there
with the
is. There's too
characters,
much.
The way I see Valorant is like Overwatch with like the cinematics.
Yeah.
You know, like
well,
the
there's no
little shorts.
there's no like in League you have like a lore drop down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Valorant you just have like
Just random
where they're
people.
from.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I would add stuff like that though. That'd be cool. BO1s and Val, trash in
Yeah,
my
it's trash.
opinion.
No,
I
it's
think,
trash.
bro, you lose. God forbid you lose both pistols, get bonus, or lose first gun. You're basically down like 6-0.
Yeah.
Like I think it's impossible to play BO1s in Valorant. Like
Yeah.
you have to play BO3s. Otherwise, yeah, you just lose BO1s and you're out.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for us, it was like we played Red Bull and we had to win all 3. We couldn't even lose like one to
Yeah.
make it through. And
I mean, look at Envy.
yeah,
They I don't know what happened in their game, but they just
they lost
lost
2, and I
crucial
think
rounds,
they're
yeah,
they were
they
just
just lost,
out.
yeah.
I mean, it's not even like we're playing like bad teams either. These are like 2 or 2 or 3 of the teams we played were like going to Ascension in their areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Rad team we played, they would have went to their Ascension, but they had visa problems, so they couldn't go. And they got
Yeah.
replaced, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's
those
like
guys were pretty good
it's like
too.
top tier 2 teams, right? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're good teams.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you see like the tier 2 teams, like, I mean, like in scrims, people probably watch like tier 2 teams like destroy tier 1 teams all the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a BO1, that can just happen, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
It's the
always
same
said
thing.
that like even though they're like tier 2 teams, it's like franchising made it so like there's less opportunity for like more skilled players. So
Yeah.
even tier 2 teams, in my opinion, are like tier 1. Like look at
Yeah.
like Old Guard, Envy was pretty good. Like they were stomping everyone.
Yeah.
Even though like people say they came from ranked, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bro, everyone eventually comes from ranked.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, look at all the like best pros in the games. Like, most of them are puggers or ranked players. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very like I feel like it's very rare nowadays you find someone who is like has like years of team experience that's like still young that you like pick up.
I feel like the game is just so new still. Like, when people say, how do I get recognized? How do I blah, blah, everyone just say spam ranks.
Yeah.
Get your
Like
name out
top
there.
10,
Yeah,
top
exactly.
10 rank, top
Everyone
50.
everyone that's reached rank 1 is gone on a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like and they also have their stream blow up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Knights, King,
Or like Tracker
Ion.
as well.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah,
look at like Tracker and find like the best stats, like, and then they just
Yeah,
give
that's
them
real.
trials because it's like you have good stats, people are gonna look.
Pretty sure there's Charon? I think that's how they found him.
Oh yeah,
On
no,
Gen
yeah,
G? Yeah.
because Gen G does
The
like
applications.
applications
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's how
yeah,
he got
for
his,
ranked
like,
players.
Opportunity. So,
Yeah.
yeah. It all starts from ranked.
I think they're doing that again.
Yeah,
no?
they are.
Yeah, I mean, you find diamonds in the rough,
Yeah,
like
exactly,
you might as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
So happened with Oxy, Francis too. Originally.
Francis?
Yeah, he was
Was
just rank 1 or whatever. Or
What
like a
was
high
his
rank.
first team?
G2.
No,
No,
before
no,
that
no,
he
no.
was
Before it
playing
was,
with like Trick with
Nah.
Mad Lions.
Yeah,
In tier 2.
Yeah.
was it Dark Zero?
I think
Might have been Dark Zero.
Dark Zero and Mad Lions. It was like the same
Yeah,
team.
Yeah. Shout out Trick, bro. Found Narrate, found Oxy. Wow, dude, he's like the modern day Ocean.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment because Ocean was like a
Like Twist, Stewie.
yeah, he was like
Yeah.
he was like a talent finder. He
Yeah,
like
yeah.
always found the diamonds in the not in the roughs, but like the
Just the kids that like
yeah,
before
that no one's
breaking out.
looking
Yeah,
at. Yeah. So yeah, he's the modern day Ocean, bro. The only real sad thing for me at SyncID and then at Red Bull is we didn't get to beat Sentinels. That was my honestly, we lost at SyncID like the first 2 games, and I was just kind of like, obviously it sucked, but I was just kind of like, you know,
It was rigged.
Yeah, we're learning. It was
Yeah.
rigged. Whatever, we're
we coped.
improving. But when we played Sen, wow, I wanted to beat them so bad.
Yeah.
We.
I mean, all the teams I
That would've
wanted,
been the icing on
I
the
thought
cake.
we could beat them without any practice in a sense,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like,
This is a pug event.
yeah. So when we came in, it was like, bro, like we're trying to play proper. We're trying to like play
Oh, it's
to
too much.
learn each
yeah.
other, but it's like we just gotta run it down together. Like there's no more thinking.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we started getting the hang of it.
yeah.
We started getting the hang of it. We just got to know we're better than people.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
the thing. I mean, look at Paper X, bro. They just know they're better than
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. They just do their thing.
Yeah, but I'm sad because we didn't beat Sun, and then we didn't even play them at. We didn't play. Yeah, we didn't.
No,
we didn't even
no.
play them at Red Bull. But that's fine because
You saved the best for last, which is the VCT season.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're not playing times to beat
all.
them.
Hey,
year.
all I'm saying is realistically, I never lost to Cloud9 when I was on Sen in the VCT season, and then I never lost to Sen when I was on Cloud9. So if the track record serves, then we're never gonna lose to Sen.
That's good.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Speaking of Sen though, we have some new rosters in the new season coming up. You know, Lev made their new roster. I'm not gonna lie, I don't exactly know who's on it.
I don't
Oh,
either.
I know who's on it, but I don't watch their games. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Who is it?
Blows,
Blows?
Neon,
Okay.
Sato, Spike, King.
Yeah.
Do they
Let's see here.
all speak the same language, or are they gonna speak in English?
I mean, I know Sato. I think most of them are Brazilian,
Yeah.
and King. I'm not sure if he can speak Brazil or Portuguese. But,
Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil.
Brazil.
I had to think about that. Portuguese, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason. Like
Yeah.
he's still on the team. I think he can probably speak a little bit.
Or like I feel like a lot of people are gonna start speaking. Like even when you have international
Portuguese
teams, like
or,
no, just like English.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's either like America's is just Portuguese or English.
Yeah.
Well, it's Chilean like
Do they might speak Spanish, or do they speak their own language?
I mean, I know
I think it's Spanish.
yeah, it's Spanish for sure.
But I'm pretty sure
But
it's
it's kind of
similar.
it's similar. Yeah,
very
it's similar.
So
So
it's like they can get by in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah. Because I remember Fraud was telling me at lock-in that like because he speaks Spanish
Mhm.
and it like he can like kind of speak like hold conversations in Portuguese
yeah.
because he speaks Spanish.
And I
you know?
think Verdi also, he's Dominican, so he speaks Spanish, but
Yeah.
on loud, he's like learning, and he said it's very similar. Like he can just maybe
It's,
some
like,
lessons
close.
or whatever. Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's good.
yeah. So I think they'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that only issue is like they have 4 duelists.
Yeah,
Are
they
all
have a bunch of
4
duelists.
besides King?
Three.
3 duelists?
Blows is a hard initiator player, I'm pretty sure.
Hard initiator?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Silent? It's Silence, right? Wasn't
It's Spike.
Spikes?
Yeah, Spikes.
Wasn't Spikes?
He's
Flex?
on team of Silence.
He's
on.
like Flex. Silence.
He's 2G.
rumored.
No.
He's rumored to go crew, I think, but he's not like on that team right now. Like he's not
I
on.
thought he was on the left for some
He's not on
reason.
left.
It's
No.
not him. It's Spikes.
Yeah, Spikes.
I also thought it was Silence, but
I don't know. I
Spikes.
I think Spikes just gonna play the hard flex role.
Yeah. And then those guys will probably run double duelist comps.
Yeah, I
to
don't know
be
what
honest.
Neon's gonna play though, because that guy was a hard duelist player on
Yeah.
the academy team.
I feel like Spikes will learn. He'll learn flex just because it's like
Yeah, but Spike is flex.
that's what I said. Spikes.
No, you said or Neon. Neon's other duelist player.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like Spikes will play flex, and then Neon will just like they'll just run double
Oh, I see,
duelist,
I see,
and then
yeah.
he'll play like flex as in like Sentinel or flex as in
I
like
gotcha.
yeah. That's what I mean by flex. Yeah. EG will be good. EG will be good.
Yeah.
Team Vietnam. We're Team Vietnam.
Yeah, we got 3 Vietnamese.
Yeah, we did it first. We just our social media person just didn't do it.
That's true. What was EG's last team? Because they had
Nature, Ye, Superman,
Icy.
Derek, and Icy.
okay, they only had 2 Vits last year.
Yeah.
So they're trying to one up us. That's
Yeah, they
why.
tried to
They're
one
trying
up.
Icy,
They're like,
I
wow,
see.
Cloud9's really good.
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
get another Viet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I personally really like Bao.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people think he's like a ranked player, but like I said, your best players are going to come from ranked.
Yeah.
And I personally think he's going to do. I think he'll be nervous the first split.
Yeah.
If anything, he might not be, but I think he'll have like an okay first split. But then I think he'll have like a breakout.
Do you know what he's gonna play for that team?
Sentinel probably.
Swing Senti.
He was a Sentinel player
Yeah, on
for
M80.
whatever
M80.
M80.
Yeah, he's like
Was it
flex
M80? Yeah.
Senti. I think it'll be fine under Potter's like
Guidance.
coaching because I've seen her Senti players walk out by themselves, do their own thing. So I can see him just play his own way.
I remember playing Apoth, and even though he was like 5-20, he would still do the same exact
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, I think EG will be. I'm excited to see the Calm IGL personally because he was a mid rounder too, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of mid rounders will start trying to become IGLs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll start becoming a common thing, especially because I feel like in Valorant there are no like. It's very hard to find like a true IGL now.
Yeah.
It's like mid rounders kind of have to learn. I feel like
Mhm.
to IGL and then they'll take over. So, yeah. What else? Who else?
100
100
Thieves.
Thieves.
100
Yeah,
Thieves.
they're all announced.
All right, you guys lead this one. What do you guys think?
It's Asuna, Cryo, Bang, Timotino, Vora.
Yeah.
The only thing it depends on is if Cryo can play good in the role swap,
Yeah.
because then they're gonna be good. Because he was their best player the whole time he was there. You know,
Well, it's a good thing Chambers back
that's true.
because he could just.
But
Yeah,
it also
that's
depends
true.
on what the coach wants to do or what they want to do.
That's true.
Maybe
I mean,
they
I
don't
think
want to play like that.
I've heard good things about MBS.
I think on paper they look good. I think my only concern is Vora's calling
Mhm.
because you're playing with 3 like tier 1 players in a sense. I'm sure they have their own opinions and they played on different rosters. So I think just all of them coming together, meshing well is important, and
Yeah.
trusting him, I think that's important too.
Yeah, I think they'll have. I mean, it helps that like Asuna, Bang, and Cryo were like really good friends before
Yeah.
as well. So I think they'll mesh well. I don't know much about Vora or Timotino, to be honest.
yeah.
I just know like Timotino came out of nowhere and he was just like a dominant jet player.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see kind of what he does because he's 18. He's young, right?
Yeah, he's 18.
Yeah, he's very young. So I'm excited to see what that roster does personally. But
It's Vora.
Timotino. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, TSM. He joined. Yeah, he was not there very long. July 2025 to November 2025.
No, he was playing in the QR team for like the whole year before.
Yeah,
I never
was,
played him.
Was
when I
that when
in tier
QR
two.
was doing well? Remember they were like
I think-
winning their
No,
split
that
or
was
something.
when-
That was after.
That was after.
Yeah,
Maybe he was the
because
problem.
he was
Hey.
before that
Wait.
team, and then he went to
But then
TSM.
he was the solution for TSM. So
Yeah, there you go. Hey, sometimes it's just right
Yeah.
player, wrong system.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you never know.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Tier 2 is a cesspool. Like, is so impossible to play.
Yeah,
So completely impossible. Like
Does everyone
everyone's
just
just
run it
playing,
down?
running it down. No one cares. Everyone's like taking this Neuroptima thing. They don't blink. Like no blink challenge the whole time you're playing. They're all no fear. I mean, there was like throwing allegations and all this stuff, you know, and like
we can take Neuroptima.
I think Screaming Tier 2 last year, though, they just play so different.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to match what they're going to do. Like, even NV, TSM, like, they might run it down, but they have 2 different styles of, like, running it down, so it's hard to
Yeah, and
understand
every
how
team
they
is
play.
playing completely different.
Yeah.
And like, there's no pressure because people are just playing at home in their pajamas. You know,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
cares. It's so hard.
I think
It's
that's
so
I
hard.
think that's my only thing is I'm so like, because we played at home on V1 as well, but like it's so different when you're like on the stage. It's not like
I mean, even on V1, you're playing like franchise teams in a sense where they're trying to play like to a level.
Yeah.
You know?
well, yes and no. We were, but like we were losing to like girl kissers, bro.
Okay, no, but that's like the qualifier, no?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not like
that's
when
the
you're
qualifier,
actually
yeah.
in it. When you're actually in it, people are trying to like.
Oh yeah, when you're
play,
like
like,
actually
optic or
in like
whatever.
a tournament,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
play like you like have a read of what they're doing
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's like normal play.
Exactly,
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like a lot of these tier 2 teams are just kind of like someone's
They
just
just
like
do whatever,
empty.
yeah, yeah,
Like
they
it's
just do
just
whatever,
like
yeah.
there's no like thought process
Mhm.
behind it. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like personally. There is a new team joining VCT, Envious. We talked about them a little bit. They were rankers,
Yeah.
ranked players. Eggster being a one trick and making VCT
Yeah.
is good for the game, bad for the game. What
Wait
do
till
you
agent
think?
bans come out, buddy.
I think it's good. I think it shows that if you just dedicate like your time in a game with the character,
Anything can
yeah,
happen.
you can make it. I think they're a good team in a sense where,
They are losing Kane and Ion.
but like they,
Two heavy
yeah, but
hitters.
they play the way they want to play. You know, I gotta respect it. You know, but I don't know how they'll turn out with the two
They're not.
superstars.
It's not announced who they're getting,
anyway.
right?
No, not yet.
No, I don't think so. We know who they're getting, but we're not gonna tell you.
But we don't know
guys.
Do we?
everyone. We don't know all of them.
Oh,
It's
well,
all up for debate
I guess,
'cause they're playing
I guess
trials right
technically
now.
we don't. We don't
We don't
exactly
actually know.
know.
We know some of the players they like, but we don't know who they're gonna
Yeah,
get.
we don't exactly know. But I mean, I think they'll be middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I think they'll be middle of the pack. Maybe go for like a playoff run.
I could see them like upsets like a team.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I don't think they'll win like a split, but I think I could see them going, like I said, going for a run and
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like a top 4, maybe like a top 4
It,
team.
it depends
Okay.
because all these teams are gonna have the main problem is they're all new and they're gonna have to like encounter all their problems and see if they can like persevere.
And they
you
have to
know?
learn. They have to learn it quickly.
Yeah, because some people like when stuff doesn't go well, then personalities clash and stuff like that. You know.
yeah.
And like
I think that is the only upside to off seasons with new rosters, where you get to see the issues and like stick with them. But like with teams that make changes and they go into the season, I think
You
it's
don't
hard.
see it right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like you face it with like the big matches, you know, the big pressure, all this,
Yeah.
and people start playing blame game, blah blah, and
Yeah.
that's when it goes downhill.
I think that's a big thing for me too. Is like a lot of teams. I feel like. I mean, it's good now. It's a little different than CS and Valorant. I feel like in CS people make roster changes like it's water, but in
Yeah.
Valorant I feel like it's very like it's common, but it's not like a quick turnaround. Like
Yeah.
people will lose splits, but they don't make changes
Mhm.
just because you lost a split. Like it's like trial and error, and I like that about Valorant because I feel like in CS it was very okay, you lose like you're also playing more tournaments
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
yeah, I was
So you
gonna
lose
say,
a tournament,
they don't play as much games in Valorant.
yeah, so it's a little bit different. You need a little more time to gel. You
Yeah,
need a
yeah.
little more time to like, I don't know, maybe you learn different roles or different agents or whatever. So I feel like it's all like a learning thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of agents, Harbor. Yeah, Harbor is shit. Personally, I don't know what you guys think, but I like his like the Nami ult. Like you don't like league
Yeah,
to
but
Valorant.
his old ult was cooler.
It was
or like
cooler,
not cooler.
but
It was better. I feel like it's more effective.
oh, like in game, it's
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they made him like a watered down Omen. I saw a comment that was like, "Yo, he's a watered down Omen." I'm like, yeah,
With some like breach ult type thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's a niche character.
I mean,
You know,
if you
he is
give
a
him
niche
one more
character, but, like-
smoke, if you give him one more smoke, he might be meta.
I was gonna say they took away his 2 walls plus the cove, whereas before you had the long wall, the 2 walls.
You may as well
And
just
the
give him 2
cove.
smokes.
Yeah,
on
you
the
might as well
wall,
give him 2
and then he's
smokes.
playable
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then you have more smokes throughout the round.
Do you think if they gave him 2 smokes, he'd be too OP, or that'd be like?
I mean, he'd be the best. I mean, it's debatable because Omen offers something different with the TPs.
Yeah,
and stuff like
Omen's
that.
a little more aggressive.
I would say he'd be in the meta. I wouldn't say he'd be overpowered
Yeah,
because I don't think his ult is anything like.
I think people would
Crazy
play
either.
him on the maps he was already played,
Yeah,
like Abyss, Pearl, Haven. Even like I think people would play him on those maps if they like him.
Mhm.
But I don't think he'd be like an every map type of
Yeah.
agent. Personally, it is almost Christmas time. What is your guys' favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah,
I mean,
Why?
Christmas is probably the best one
Why?
out of all.
Presents,
Just the vibe.
snow, vibe.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's different when you live in like we have snow. where
yeah,
we're from.
exactly.
Yeah.
It feels more Christmassy. My birthday's after Christmas.
When's your
So
birthday?
So is mine.
31st.
31st?
Yeah, 31st.
Oh.
So it's always a nice time. Like
Nice little
Christmas.
21?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I
Exciting.
know what you're doing on New Year's Eve.
I'm going to Cancun or something with my
Okay,
family. So
nice.
during that Christmas time, just gonna hang out, enjoy myself.
You just talked about snow, though. Now you're leaving the snow.
Yeah,
but
when you have snow your
well,
whole
I'm just
life,
saying,
you gotta leave.
I'm saying I grew up in like the East Coast. I see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
snow.
yeah.
It's like vibey, but now,
You feel like
I'm
you're
going
in the Christmas spirit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I go
yeah.
to New York every Christmas, or like before Christmas, so I
Mhm.
get to see the tree. I get to see like the shops and everything. So it's very holiday like.
Yeah, I like Christmas too. I think it's nice. So you're going to Cancun.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any holiday plans, Penny, or no?
I'll probably go to England for a bit. See
England?
Yeah. See family, see my girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So Christmas in London.
There's snow in London, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, it'll be cold. You're probably lucky to see snow if you go there for only like 2 weeks. You probably only get like 4 or 5 snowfalls.
I
It's
think.
not even like snowfalls, like just flurries, you know?
Yeah, I think I like snow. I just hate shoveling it.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing. Like, if I could just like pick it up and just put it somewhere, then I would love snow all the time. But the fact that I have to get a shovel and do it, like, bro, I'm old.
Snowblower.
Ooh,
Drive it,
Snowblower.
just
That is true. But what if like,
Chucks it.
yeah, I was gonna say like driveways are small, so like snowblower.
Yeah. I think this year you're supposed to have a lot of snow.
Yeah,
Like, I
I'm from
heard-
Wisconsin, so we get.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, I haven't been there. I haven't been home in
Yeah.
like probably like 4 or 5 years. But like back then, we would get so much snow. Like literally, like you'd have to go grocery shopping before
I see,
because
yeah,
you'd just be
yeah.
like locked in and you wouldn't like it would
Mhm.
be too hard.
I said this before, but I swear when we were all younger, it was colder and we got more snow, and now we don't get as much because of like global
Conspiracy
warming.
theory.
I mean, it's not conspiracy theory if it's true.
Global warming.
I've been walking around the earth and living in a place where it snows, and there's less snow, like significantly
Yeah.
less snow, and it's not as cold.
No, I feel
That's
like
when I was
there's I
younger.
feel like there's been less snow for sure
Mhm.
every year
No,
and less cold too. Yeah, I
I
would
mean, at least
agree.
where I'm from.
I would agree.
Oh, the craziest thing happened, and maybe this is global warming or maybe this is not. There was a day, maybe a year and a half ago, where I had to go to the airport, and I live in a place that's like very like safe, like no weather, like storms or like stuff like this. But 30 minutes before I was going to the airport, there was a tornado that came and only hit my street
Oh shit.
and knocked down a bunch of trees and stuff like that, and people's roofs went flying around. And there has not been a tornado there in over 100 years where I lived. And
This was when you were leaving.
yes, to the airport 30 minutes before.
Did you end up going?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
But
gonna
there's,
say
like,
there.
trees
So
in the
I
way,
was
but-
gonna
oh, there
say
were- one
someone's
of the-
telling you something, dude.
One of the the exits to the road is closed and one of them was open because like the one of them had a tree.
Mhm.
But like no tornadoes for over like 100 years in my area, and in the last 2 years there's been 3.
That's some crazy stuff. That's like some like not voodoo, but like
Oh, but that's
it's
just
like a reason.
climate change, or like
That's
you
what
know,
I'm
like
saying, like something's like
the
oh,
weather,
it's
like
obviously
you know,
changing.
like because tornadoes happen
Yeah,
because of
but
like the hot
100
air, the
years?
cold air, and then it forms tornadoes. Like
No, I like to think like when stuff like that happens, I like to think like, you know,
it's science.
some paranoia, some paranormal shit. You know what I mean? Some crazy stuff. I don't know. We talked about TFT, playing TFT in League. Penny, are you playing any fun games or no?
No, I
over
played League with
Christmas break?
Oxy a bit, tiny bit. And that's all I played.
Whatever, bro. These guys. See, you and Eric need to play League because him, Penny, Francis, and our manager Johnny all talking ish about League of Legends. So we need the whole team to start playing,
Oh,
and then we
see.
can all combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to go down that like rabbit hole.
You're already in the TFT rabbit hole, man.
I mean,
But that's like
if you
enjoyable.
can
like,
contain yourself to play like 2 games after practice and that's it, then it's fine.
See, like me and Amy, we just play. You know,
If
2
you
games
go all
before,
night just playing,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's it,
bad.
yeah.
That's
2 games
really bad.
before, 2 games after.
The thing is,
call
I'm
it a
such
day.
a new like I don't know anything about League. That's the
So
thing.
you and Eric, that's even better. You and Eric play together. You both know nothing.
And then we're just like I don't know. I feel like we're both just gonna play it for a few times and be like, it's not for us. We're not good enough.
At least you tried.
Maybe
least
we'll
you
try.
tried.
Maybe we'll try.
Okay, thank you,
You're welcome.
thank you. That's all I care about.
Maybe we'll do a C9 League teaches Valorant player.
Yeah,
video.
see, we could do. Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We could League X Valo.
Yeah.
We teach them Valorant. They teach us League. I already got like a little bit of a laning advice from Vulcan and Blabber, because Johnny is just watching my demos at content or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, you need to queue with Caitlyn. Caitlyn is horrible.
He's going on your League VODs and downloading.
Yeah,
them,
yeah, because he has me on his thing,
Mhm.
so he's like going on there and just downloading and watching them, and then like Vulcan and Blabber are just there like, yeah, me, because I was doing it with Emmy, and he's
Mhm.
like, yeah, you guys are bad. I'm just like, all right, man, whatever, dude. Like, I don't care. What do you guys think the game of the year is? I think it's Arc Raiders.
Haven't
I have no
Played it.
opinion.
Or the
played that
Ghost
much.
of what is it called? Ghost of Shohei or what's that?
Tsushima or whatever.
Shima, yeah, something like that.
But did that come out?
Ghost of Yote.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I feel like
You have to like really like this kind of stuff to enjoy
dude,
it.
multiplayer just killed like story. Like I don't know if I assume this is like a story game, but like multiplayer games killed story games for me because
I
it's
mean-
like I want that competitive like
Yeah.
that itch.
You know what game
I
is
mean?
absolutely crazy, and like
No game you said?
no, I said you know what game is absolutely crazy.
Which one?
But it's like Rust. The
Rust?
stuff that they have done to Rust over the years, like grow it, is absolutely like mind blowing. I feel like.
Is it crazy? I've only played Rust one time.
I've never played Rust.
I
I
played
mean-
Rust one time. Someone like found me, like I spawned in and found me, and he made me follow him around. And I was just this little bitch. He just made me follow him around, and after that, I never played again.
I mean, the stuff you can do in that game in like a multiplayer like capacity is like
Yeah.
just crazy compared to like other stuff.
Well, you have like raiding,
Yeah, rating, building, so
missiles or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, I've watched like montages and stuff. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, it's very time consuming as well
Yeah.
because it's like a grind. Like you have to like gather everything and build.
yeah.
your
Isn't it
base.
like you can log off and still get raided?
Yes, you can log
Yeah,
off
yeah.
and someone
Yeah.
takes all your shit while you're like.
I
sleeping.
had friends that like they had like people that they always played with,
Yeah.
but they would be like some EU, some NA, and then like somewhere else.
They
Just
added,
text
they
because
added
like,
this
chat?
thing. They
They'll
had this
text the
thing.
group chat
That,
if they're getting
yeah,
raided.
yeah, because then
they
it's
added
like
this
you
thing
always have
in-game.
people on.
There's this thing in game where it's like you can craft it and it's an alarm and you place it on your base and you connect it to your phone.
What?
Yeah. So
Wait,
if you-
that's fire.
So if someone like throws a rock at your base, it will. You can have like notifications on. It will like blast music or whatever and wake you up while
Oh,
you're
you
sleeping.
don't.
And
You
then
know
you
what we
hop
should
on.
do? We should just go in the game, just grab a bunch of rocks. Don't even raid. Just
Oh,
troll
just
people.
People
Just
do
throw
that.
it.
People do
Just
that.
throw
They
it.
know you have it and they'll throw a grenade at your base, and then they'll wake you. Then you'll wake up, and they start on your base just like singing music when you wake up, and you're just fucking pissed. It's like 3 a.m.
That would be so funny. Just perma troll. I did that in Minecraft factions.
Yeah.
Like we would have like, because you could just always get raided. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just 24/7. So we would have like EU people, NA people, and then you would just constantly switch on and off. And then if you were getting raided, you were just like spam calling them.
Yeah.
They'd wake up and then you'd play. But Minecraft server, I am coming out with a Minecraft server. I'm gonna bring back the OG factions 1.7 or 1.8. I think it's 1.7.
Like what do you mean
Like PvP,
Your
like pop
own
PvP.
server?
Yeah, my own server.
like with a whole bunch of people or
yeah,
like with
whole bunch.
certain-
No,
oh,
like public.
anyone can join, okay.
Anyone. Yeah, because like I grew up on faction
That's
servers.
what I grew up on too.
Yeah, like and
You ever have a Minecraft girlfriend? When you were younger?
yeah, of course.
Of
Come on,
course.
come on, bro.
What the
Bro,
fuck?
we listen.
Would she crouch for you? Spam crouch?
I don't want to say too much, but if you had a Minecraft girlfriend, you know what that meant.
yeah, I see.
And I ain't gonna say nothing more. But I want to bring back old factions because I feel like my factions was just protection 4, unbreaking 4 or 5, and then sharpness 5 with like fire aspect,
Yeah.
and that was it. But like now you have like I don't know, you fly
Yeah, there's so much,
everywhere
like,
instead of
Elytra.
just like
And
PvP.
people spend like $200 to buy all this random
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
yeah,
like
it's
it's like
pay
pay to win
Yeah.
BS, like not even real PvP. It's like Call of Duty boots on the ground.
Did you use mushroom soups or did you use like potions?
No, I was potions.
Potions,
I was
yeah,
potions
that's better.
PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mushrooms were not my I just liked like being fast and
Yeah, yeah,
strong.
yeah.
So like pop PvP,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
That
your
was my
shit?
thing. That was my thing. Yeah. Yeah, I liked that. I liked that a lot. Did you play Fortnite?
I played Fortnite before, but I don't know what this
Were you
question
good at
is.
Fortnite?
I was not good at Fortnite. I just played with my friends.
I have a Fortnite story.
You have a Fortnite story? Let's hear it.
I mean, I used to be unreal at Fortnite. Like,
Okay.
I probably could have went pro. I'm not gonna lie. Like at one point, instead of like, it was either that or CS. I was like playing both at the time.
Uh-huh.
I just was having more success in CS at the time because I didn't know how to get into like Fortnite competitive and stuff like that. You know.
Mm.
But I was in like freshman year, and that's when Fortnite really became popular. So like everyone was playing it, you know. So you'd go home after school, or like people would skip and just play Fortnite all day. And there was this day that we played after school, like 4-stack or whatever, and I killed Ninja in his prime while he was streaming, and people clipped it right, and started sending it all around the school because like
And they knew it was you?
they knew it was me. And I was like,
That's
I
fire.
killed Ninja. So when I walked into the school the next day, like we all hung out in the cafeteria like before class started for like 30 minutes. Everyone in the cafeteria just started clapping when I walked in. I shit you not. They all just started clapping when I walked in. And well, obviously like the freshmen, because the seniors don't give a fuck,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there's the seniors are just staring at like, bro, these fucking morons, you know?
Morons playing
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah, but that's like,
Ninja in his prime.
yeah. And there's
You're a
like,
celebrity.
Yeah, and then like kids from other schools hear about it and they're like, yo, can I add you? And then we play. That's how I got like,
You're a class hero.
yeah.
Bro, you
right.
should have bought down on that. You should have like started streaming and like telling people like, "Yay, I'm the guy that killed Ninja."
Yeah,
like,
because
in
I was
Fortnite.
like known in high school, like, because I played like sports, but
Yeah.
like that's what made me like. I was obviously like a bit of a quiet kid because I played games, but like
Mhm.
that's how I was like made all my friends from high school, you know.
Yeah, that's
So,
fire.
yeah.
Why don't you have any stories like that?
I had COVID.
Whatever, bro. You had COVID, so you couldn't kill
COVID,
Prime Ninja.
I was in 7th grade. I remember when Prime Fortnite was going, I was 7th grade. I was too small. I wasn't good at games yet. And I was fine. That's why my binds are a little different because my hands were so small back then.
Yeah, I couldn't play Fortnite. I tried. I couldn't build.
Really?
Yeah. No, bro. Someone shot at me, or I shot at someone. Just a castle in 3 seconds.
I get, but when did you play? Because when Fortnite just came out, it's like the thrill of like a new game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
it wasn't that
PUBG,
crazy.
I don't remember.
Apex, you remember those
I
games?
played like a little bit. I want to say it was like when Prime Ninja was a thing.
Yeah,
Like I started playing, but I didn't play long because I didn't like the building.
yeah. But back then it was like everyone was so newbie. You know, just a tower was insane back then. Like a little one
if
by
you could
one.
build a 1x1 tower
Yeah.
strip in there, everyone thought you were crazy.
Oh, I played when like.
You do a little edit.
I played when people were doing the like when did the thing come down where you threw a ball and it built like a castle or whatever?
That was like kind of deep. Like
I didn't
season
even
5
play
or
that
something.
anymore.
Yeah, it was very
was
like it was very late.
Yeah,
It was very because I was also playing
Yeah,
playing Pro CS or trying to play Pro CS.
No,
so.
I was an open at the time. I was just
Yeah.
playing for fun.
Yeah.
CS and Fortnite.
What was your Fortnite gamer tag during the Ninja clip?
It's fucking mine.
I think it was just my name. Like I have like a username that I use for some like games now.
Like
it's
Penny?
like, well, it's like instead of Eric Penny, I did like ERI and like Penny after, and that's just what I had. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people default their like name
Mm.
just so they realize.
I mean, like I said, I played sports, so like I thought like having like Penny on my back, like playing sports. That's my like thought process.
Yeah. Oh, like it's on your jersey.
Yeah, like
so
when I
you
was
just
playing
might
like,
as
when
well.
I was playing like soccer, like
might as
like,
well make your alias.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I mean, obviously, we're talking about our old aliases. I had like some like when I was like 10 to like 15, and you know what it is.
What the?
I'd say my only like, because obviously they want like obviously people are gonna want to hear the funny aliases. So it's like, my Xbox alias when I first switched my, because you start out with like a
Yeah,
default
yeah.
like whatever like Robot X whatever, but like my first alias was like, actually I don't even know what I want to say. I don't even know.
Just make it up. Make it
No,
up.
no.
Don't, like,
My
Fuck
first
yourself.
Xbox alias was like Playboy X Master 69XX or something. Like when you put all the X's in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys are younger though, so
no,
like, maybe you didn't.
my
do
first
that.
name was like that. Like
Yeah.
I used to like Kenny S. Like
Yeah.
way back. My name was like XXX Young Kenny S. XXX.
Everyone does the X's. It just looks cool.
Mine was
so-
like, I mean,
It's like capitalized, lowercase. And then
Yeah.
like,
I didn't do any of that.
Oh, you just did Penny, bro.
No, because I when I first started playing games, I was like 8. I had
Yeah.
Bulldozer, and then I went Bull in CS for like 1 year, and then I changed it
Yeah,
to
you
Penny.
were Bull.
Yeah, because people that know me from then just still like say that once in a while. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a joke. But yeah,
Bull.
yeah,
I remember when you were Bull.
yeah, because I was Bulldozer when I was playing Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and I just changed it. And
I forgot
changed it
about
again.
that. Bull.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And if you'd like to tell us what your first gamer tag was in the comments, we would be happy for you guys to say that, and then maybe we'll do a video where like we rank them or something, like best gamer tag, least gamer tag, 1 to 10. Maybe I'm gonna say this, so I force C9 to do it. Whoever wins, maybe we'll send you a new jersey or something like that. We'll throw something in there. So make sure you guys comment your gamer tags, and we'll do a video ranking them or like a reel or a clip or something. But all right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you guys had a blast as well.
of course.
We'll be doing these, I'm sure, all year. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.